versus Dustin Poirier. How are you doing, my man, Mr. B?
What's up, man? I'm good. I'm good, Mike. How are you?
I'm stoked to have you here, man. I'm doing wonderful. And as you see up in the corner, we got the green light going in effect, and that means that we cashed bets last week. All three of them that me and Mr. B had picked. So, with that said, man, last weekend was a lot of fun, in my opinion, for a card. What did you say about it, B?
Yeah, definitely. It was really, really good, man. Really good card. Enjoyed it a lot. A lot of good
Yeah.
finishes, unexpected wins, and all that. Yeah.
So with that said, that was UFC Fight Night, Font versus Aldo. The first fight of the night was Vince Morales took on Luis Smolka, and Vince Morales just smoked with the KO TKO overhand right in the first round, man. I mean, Luis Smolka was favored to win that fight, and holy shit, B, what a disappointment, right, bro?
For real, man. For real. That man just, oh, God, man. Smoking through, Vince through, counted him, caught him clean. That man fell face first.
Yeah, it was
Disappointing, yeah.
totally disappointing for anyone who had him bet. Thank God we don't bet degenerates like that. So Vince Morales, though, he looked good. KO TKO overhand right of a somewhat of a veteran, Luis Smolka. The next fight of the night was Claudio Puelles took on Chris Gudesmucker. Claudio Puelles ended up getting a submission via knee bar in round three, which was pretty impressive to submit a vet that late in the fight. But Claudio Puelles looked pretty good, though, Humpy.
Yeah, he did look good. He did look good. Um, Credit to Grutzmacher though. He did make it a rough fight though. He did make it a rough fight. Kind of worried us a little bit, but Claudio managed to come through, get that
Yeah,
submission. Man, good job.
those vets always going to give you a little bit of a scare, here and there. But Claudio Pulis ended up pulling it out with that knee bar round three. He attacked it once
Definitely.
more earlier in the fight, but couldn't get it. But he ended up getting it real deep in round three. So next fight of the night was the body of a Gotti fight. It's William Knight versus Alonzo Mendefield. And man, to my surprise, I had Alonzo Mendefield picked, and but I didn't have bet, but I didn't pick. William Knight ended up
Yeah.
looking pretty good, man. He won a unanimous decision. I mean, the fight could have went here nor there, but William Knight was just a little bit more the aggressor, and Alonzo Menafield has kind of fell short and for the ceiling that a lot of people had on him, Hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was a really good fight. It could have gone either way. Um, Mendefield did have an opportunity, like in the second round, he landed a lot better. But he had the control again with Knight against the cage. But William Knight seemed to be more the aggressor in the later rounds as he got late in the fight, the third round there. So they gave it to William. You know what I mean? He landed the harder shots. Um, yeah, and he put on a lot bit more aggression than Mendenfield did. So it is what it is.
So just either way, Menafield's just pretty disappointing. With you see that body, he looks like something that would be at a gladiator or some. He'd be some crazy warrior, but fell short. But William Knight looked good. The next fight of the night was Cheyenne Valisma. She took on Mallory Martin, and Cheyenne Bays by Valisma. She must have took out everything that was going through her divorce or whatever was going on Mallory poor Martin because she got that ass whooped. Unanimous decision victory by Cheyenne Valisma. Looked pretty good though,
Yeah,
Humpy.
yeah, man. Cheyenne didn't skip a beat, man. Good movement, good strikes. She was just pouring it on Mallory Martin for about a good solid 2.5 rounds there. Mallory was trying to get wrestling, to get some takedowns in, didn't work out. She got her against the cage, but it was a little too late, man. A little too late.
Yeah,
Cheyenne was
thank you.
just busy.
Thank you so much, Mel B, for the celebration award, the Love Burst award, the One Heart award, and nice to see you, Mel B, as always. And thank you for
Hey,
supporting
hey,
me and Mr. B. So it's real.
facts.
It's funny. She's Mel B, and you're Mr. B, and both you guys I love. So it's just funny how that works out. Some with the M's and the B. So, but next fight of the night was Brian Barberina took on was it Darian Weeks. Brian Barber
Yeah,
ended up winning a unanimous decision over Darian Weeks. I had Darian Weeks picked because he had some really good boxing, but Brian
yeah.
Barberina ended up vetting it out, more like blanketed him. What do you say, B?
Yeah, yeah. I feel that was the case there, man. Weeks did look good in the first 2 rounds, somewhat. Yeah, he landed some good shots. He was getting the boxing in there. Barberina started using a little bit of wrestling. Then when that third round came, he just started overwhelming him with the output. If Weeks had a little bit more, probably would have done a little bit more with the shots. But it was a late notice fight. But I think Weeks did well for himself. But yeah, Barberina did a little bit more, and he got that win there. All
Yeah,
good though.
there was a lot more exciting fights on the card, and that's what we'll get into right now. Manel
Yeah.
Cape took on Zoglas Zugumulov, and our boy Manel Cape. He was a heavy favorite, but we ended up putting point 0.5 units down on the plus 240 TKO KO prop, and that's exactly what he did. Round one, punches and bunches, KO TKO Zalgas to hell, baby. Cash that bet for
Yes, he
Cope's
did.
Corner. First bet of the night for me and Mr. B. Cash it. Plus 1.2 units. How Manel Cape looked boxing that fool up.
Ooh, man, that thing was so good, man. Not for nothing. Zalgas gave him a fight. We said Zalgas will bring the fight to him, and man, Zalgas with his boxing there was all right, but Manel just took over, man. Manel landed something big. Zalgas dropped. Zalgas tried to get himself back together. Too little, too late, man. Zalgas was eating the knees. Then he was eating a whole bunch of nasty combinations against the cage.
Yep.
Zapped him, man. Just
It was
zapped him.
it was a real fun fight to watch if you want to see someone bodied, man. But shout out to
Yeah.
Manel Cape for cashing that bet for us for the first bet of the night. Felt good to hit that plus 240 on prop right off the bat, especially when I believe he was a negative 270 or more favorite. So cash that first bet of the night cashed. Next fight of the night was Dusko Todorovic took on Maki Patolo, and Dusko Todorovic just pounded coconut bombs into the ground with bombs with KO TKO ground and pound. Maki Patolo is not what we all thought, Humpy.
Nope. Nope, he's not.
No.
That man was there. He was throwing some good punches. Dusko said, cool, we'll level change. Got one takedown. He needed just one takedown. And that man just ruled over poor Maki. Eventually, he ended up taking the back? Yeah, Maki rolled to his, on his belly and just ended up getting hit with a bunch of ground and pound strikes. That was it. He couldn't take anymore. That was it.
Yep.
They stopped
It
the
was
fight.
and it was a wrap, man. So Maki Patolo, we probably won't see much more of him because he ain't about that life, man. He ain't, I'm sad to say I rooted for him because he's from the 808, but I don't know, man. I'm a little suspect on him now. The next fight of the night is
Yeah.
Alex Morano took on Mickey Gall, and Alex Morano did exactly what I thought he would: unanimous decision victory. Just worked Mickey Gall kind of all around the cage. Nothing really to keep talking about because we're going to jump into UFC
No.
269, which
No.
Oliveria Poirier is going to be better. I don't want to. Me and Mr. B can talk for a long time. So
The only thing to say about it is that Mickey Gall, where is your striking, bro?
Oh.
Where is your striking? Your
There is
striking
not-
was there and then it just disappeared.
yeah, that's why
I don't know.
I would never trust
That's
him, man.
it.
He's suspect, man. He's suspect. The next fight,
That's
the fight
it.
of the night was our boy Chris Curtis, baby.
Yes.
Shout out to Game Bread
Yes.
Training Facility, Herman Torado, Sean Strickland, and Chris Curtis all train over there down in San Diego. My brother's protege, Herman. He dominated. KO TKO. Round two. Punches. Brendan Allen. I called it. We said it. Me and Mr. B told you Chris Curtis is about that life. I like Brendan Allen too. I bet on him here a couple times on Cope's Corner, cashed on it. But I bet against him twice and both times cashed him now. Chris Curtis looked amazing. KO TKO punches with knees. Round two. What do you say about that fight, B?
That was a really good fight, man. And credit to Chris Curtis because he had to survive a little something scary. Brendan Allen took his back there. Then they went to the ground, but Curtis managed to get on top. They ended up getting back on the feet. And when Brendan realized he couldn't get the takedown like that, it was just downhill, man. Chris Curtis put some hands on him, rocked him, went in there, got the kill, got the drop, got the finish. Chris
Yeah,
Curtis
man.
continues, man.
I was just so stoked to see, not only because I was biased, and I told you guys that last week. I didn't know if it was just the bias in me that wanted just to throw down everything on him. So that's why I didn't lay down a bet for our show on him. But I picked him, and me and Mr. B both did. Said something fishy
Yeah.
was going on, and he was not to be doubted. I can't wait to see
Definitely.
him, Sean Strickland just keep progressing. But the next fight of the night was the legend Clay Guida took on Leonardo Santos, and Clay the Carpenter Guida. He did it. He did it, bro. Submission, rear naked choke, round 2. How did he do it, B?
Yo, first of all, I am so disappointed in myself because I picked Santos
I picked
and
Guida.
Mike picked Guida. Mike
I
picked
picked Guida.
Guida.
I picked
I
Guida.
picked
Okay.
Santos.
Hey, see the jersey? See the Ultimate Fighter finale? That my brother Tough season 6. I was there at the Palm Tough at the Tough finale when he fought Roger Horta and my brother beat them for Fight of the Night versus J Rock. And I'm telling you, man, I've been a fan for a long time, and I told you we just can't doubt Guida on this. And man, but it was scary though. It was hairy for a bit.
It
Huh?
was scary because Santos came in there, had him rocked, all kinds of rocked, man. Landed the big shots, landed a nasty knee to the chin, had him rocked. And
Yep.
still Guido managed to keep them hands up, keep the defense up, and weather that storm.
Yeah, really.
All of
Yeah,
a sudden,
really what it
yeah,
was like I said that he homeboy gassed and he gave everything
he
he could in
gassed
one
bad.
combo. In one session, he gave everything he could, and I'm telling you, bro, I've never seen someone deflate so badly. I absolutely love it. Anytime I've been in wrestling or doing jiu-jitsu, and you can feel the person's soul just melt, and their whole body just like they just go on their back and get more submissive than my lady when she made my third kid in this last month. So. It was what it was.
Yeah.
It was a great
But
fight, though. Shout out
Guida,
to Clay the Carpenter, Guida.
yeah,
For
because
cashing.
Guida's strength, man.
Dude.
Guida's strength on the takedown, and then that rear naked.
In the heart,
Lord.
baby. Heart is not to be
Yeah.
messed with. The next fight of the night was our boy,
Ugh.
Jamal Hill. He did it. He
Oh,
threw them
boy.
things. KO, TKO, right hook. Jimmy Crude, who's no fucking slouch, man. Who's a deadly on the ground. He didn't even care because Jamal Hill came in there and just, boom, smoked him with the right hook and ended that fool's night. How was that about? How was that, B?
That was beautiful, man. And as we called it, Jamal Hill was coming back with a vengeance. And he wanted to prove everybody wrong. And he went out there and smoked Jimmy Crute,
His
man.
striking is just so good, man, and we knew it. We felt like he hadn't showcased it. Yeah, he got submitted. Yeah, he got injured. It happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But he still never got to showcase what he could do when he kicks and punches and throws them combos. So shout out to Jamal Hill for getting that victory round 1. The next fight of the night was our bet of the night. It was Rafael Fiziev took on Brad Riddell. And you better believe our boy Rafael Fiziev came through round 3. KO, TKO, spinning wheel kick. Catch that bet. Second bet of the night for Coke Corner, baby. +1 unit to the bankroll. Let's fucking go, baby. How about that fight, B?
Beautiful fight. Super technical between these two, Rafael Fiziev and Brad Riddell, man. But it just looked like Rafael had his number just a little bit. He knew the reads, man, but the impact of those shots between those two, Jesus.
Bro,
Man.
shout out to Brad Riddell for being a badass too, man.
Hell
Before he got spinning wheel kicked, this was a pretty close. It wasn't close like in this. It was close, but Viziev was winning. But it wasn't like, he was just mopping him up and making a mess of him.
No.
But then the KO TKO wheel kick came in. Holy shit, dude, it was amazing. I was fucking
Exactly.
stoked because we obviously had a bet on it, and I was biased, and I love Fiziev, and I talked about his striking last week. So cash that bet again, baby. So that's 2.2 units cash for the show after 2 bets, plus $200 for the show, and for all you bettors out there. So let's fucking go, baby. The next fight of the night was our last bet of the night, and it was the OG veteran Jose Aldo was being disrespected versus Rob Font, and I told y'all we can't have it. It's not happening, and we're doing it times two. Jose Aldo versus Rob Font. We bet on him. He was a +125 underdog. I think, or +115 underdog at the time when we bet him. +125 at the show. So either way, cash that bet for 2.3 units. How about Jose Aldo, the veteran, and Rob Font? But Rob Font looked really good, though, in my opinion, for being so young still. But Jose Aldo, veteran, comes through for us, B.
Yup. And as I said last week, man, I'm a fan of Rob Font, man. I'm a fan. But man, that when Mike talked about Aldo being the underdog on this, it was a damn sure thing that I had to go Aldo, dog, because
Yeah.
it was Aldo.
I
Aldo
got
was gonna
Mr.
come
B.
out to shine,
I
man.
got Mr. B to quit just from my points in the odds. He was just he was on board, man. He knew why we had to fire on it. So thank
Yeah,
you, Kick Your Bass, my boy Ryan Richardson, professional fisherman, badass dude from Kansas City, and a supporter of the show since MMA for Money show when I was on, and all the way over to here. So I appreciate you, Ryan. I hope your family's doing good. I can't wait to come and visit and see you.
yeah, man.
But with that said, man, that was the main event of the night. Jose Aldo cashed that bet for Cope's Corner. We ended up dominating
Masterclass.
all three bets, baby, and it was a very good night for us. And I couldn't have been happier. Plus 4.5 units. It was just amazing, dude. So um,
Yeah,
with that said, the next topics is the most important topic, and the reason why anyone's here. We're not here to talk about past bets. We're here to talk about these bets, the new bets. Catch the motherfucking new bets. The old bets don't care, real Mike, and I get it. I understand, but man, you guys gotta appreciate what we do here for free. Cashing them bets better than some of the paid touts out there. So with UFC 269. The main event is Charles Oliveira, the champion right now, versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier, my dude from Louisiana. How fucking stoked are you for this weekend, B?
Jesus, couldn't be more stoked, man. This is a fight, man. Dustin the Diamond Poirier, Charles Oliveira. This card is extremely long, man, but
It,
worth it, yo.
yeah, it
But
is
these
long.
guys, these two guys, man, yeah, these two guys, man, have really come up, man. And to see Charles Oliveira now holding that lightweight title, Dustin Poirier get his second shot. People already saying he's the uncrowned champ, and now here he goes, man. Very dangerous fight he's taking here against Oliveira. Oliveira, the most submission wins, the most performance of the night bonuses. Um, he has a couple other records too there, man. But Jesus Christ, 9-fight win streak. It's scary, man. It's scary, but Dustin Poirier carrying big momentum. Beat up Conor McGregor twice. He's beating up a lot of these guys, man. A lot of these top ranked lightweights here, and improved boxing. He's gonna bring some of that jiu-jitsu and improved wrestling, and Oliveira's overall improved game,
Yeah,
better striking. You know what I
and
mean?
we'll,
His improved striking and submission skills, man.
I don't want to leak all the goodies, so we'll jump into that one later because we're gonna jump into the
Yeah,
first bout of the night, and that is
cool.
Priscilla Cachawara takes on Jillian Robertson. Man, Priscilla Cachawara is 10-3. She calls herself the Zombie Girl. She's 33 years old, 5'7", with a 65-inch reach. She's on a two-fight win streak, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. She last took on Gina Mazzani and she won via punches, standing TKO, KO, round two, and looked absolutely amazing. Then she took on Shauna Dobson, did the same with her, but round one uppercutted though and ended her night. Before that though, she lost to Luana Carolina, Molly the Meatball McCann, which is tough, and obviously Valentina Shevchenko. You're gonna get that ass beat. It's just it's
Yep.
my other wife, so that's just what happens when you fight her. So, but Priscilla Cachawara, there's no. We know what she wants to do here. She wants to throw the right hand and come at you and then end up throwing combos. She doesn't really necessarily have like a really good left hook. She doesn't necessarily like throw combos making, like I said, throwing really good combos. She kind of just flat-footedly comes forward throwing that Brazilian right hand. She will throw combos and she likes to clinch, but she definitely is not a girl that wants to go on the ground and do submissions. So what she wants to do here is bang. She's taking on Jillian Robertson, who wants to do the exact opposite. Jillian Robertson, she calls herself the Savage. She's 9-6. She's 26 years young, much younger, 5'5", with a 63-inch reach. She's on a two-fight losing streak, fighting out of American Top Team, Florida. Got Din Thomas, Mike Brown, and all the G's over there as coaches. Masvidal and all the likes, and many other women. The Nunez, the champion, probably to train with. She last took on a bunch of grappling matches, actually. She last took on Miranda Maverick, and then she lost unanimous
Yeah.
decision. When she took on Miranda Maverick, like I said, she wants to get the fight on the ground. Miranda Maverick does too. She's just younger and stronger, and she's kind of on the hype train right now. And Miranda Maverick ended up canceling out everything that Jillian Robertson wanted to do and thought she would do. Because Jillian Robertson doesn't necessarily have a really good double leg game or single leg game, or she somehow like clinches and she tries to drag you down to the floor. Doesn't necessarily have the greatest trips, but somehow if she does get you to the ground, she usually dragged you backwards. It's really weird when you see her take on fighters. She here is a huge favorite. It's crazy, man. I can't believe the odds that they have on her. I believe she's a negative 400. 1 second. I looked up some prop odds for you guys, and then I totally messed it up. So 1 second. But yeah, I know for sure Robertson is a negative at least 350 or more, negative 400, like I said. So I was right, and I wasn't just talking out of my ace. So it's crazy to see Jillian Robertson here at a negative 400. She has no striking at all. Like it's not happening. There's nothing there. She does not have very good wrestling. She does have a decent submission game if she gets it down the floor, and she's a nail. Priscilla Cachawara, Priscilla though she's the exact opposite, man. Like I don't want to see her on her back. She could get taken down, but she's the huge underdog here. The thing that I like the most here is that for some reason I'm feeling that Priscilla Cachawara could tire out Robertson and end up KOing her in like round 3. Right now the odds on that are plus 2,500 for the TKO KO for Cachawara for the fight. And I just really like that. I think that she has a chance to actually do that versus Robertson because Robertson does not have a really good all-around game. But I went way too wrong on some garbage MMA I'm not betting on.
Yeah.
How about I be?
I definitely agree with you on that. Pardon me.
15 fights.
Jillian Robertson does have the ground game. She has the jiu-jitsu. Her entries, though, are kind of weird, but she does manage to get people down. Cachawara doesn't want to get on the ground at all. She wants to keep the fight standing. If Priscilla Cachawara could do what she did to Gina Mazzani in this fight against Robertson, she could pick up a win. She managed to wrestle stop the takedowns from Gina. Gina got gassed out, and then she ended up beating up on Gina. She ended up beating up on Gina, yeah. So I think so that eventually she could possibly get that done somewhere in the second round, but she just has to make it rough for Robertson. But yeah, man.
Yeah, so like I said, we're not betting on it, but if you do like betting and there's something that's going to be a parlay buster, Robertson is not worth negative 400. I don't care what you think. I don't care. I'd almost bet her here after the hot weekend that we had last weekend. It could warrant me to flick a half unit on the TKO KO prop. If it gets any better later in the week, I might do it. So just tune in then. But it'll be a total degenerate bet. I bet winners, and I just can't do it. The next fight of the night should be an absolute good one. Randy Costa takes on Tony Kelly. You want to get into it first, B? You want me to?
Ooh, all right. Let's talk about it. Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly, man. Randy Costa, 6'2", the Zohan, yes. 27 years old, 5'9" with a 73-inch reach. Out of Massachusetts. Head coach Greg Rebello and Joe Lozon. He's part of that New England cartel team out there, but he's also training with Sanford MMA. Last time he fought, he had that loss in that crazy fight, that crazy back and forth against Adrian Yanez. But other than that, man, he had a 2-fight win streak between being Journey Newsome and Boston Salmon. Then he had lost to Brandon Davis. That was his first loss, I think, as a pro. But yeah, guy has he's big. He's a big, his frame is pretty friggin' big for bantamweight. He has a pretty good reach. He likes to use rangy strikes. More so, he likes to use his hands. Got the occasional kicks here and there, but really plays a good rangy game. He's going up against Tony Kelly here, who's 7-2. Prime time Tony Kelly. He's 34 years old, 5'9" as well, with a 70-inch reach. So, as ready, Randy got the reach advantage here. His last fight, he got a unanimous decision against Ali Al-Qazi. But he lost to Kai Kamaka a little while back in 2020, but he beat Andy Brissett, but then he lost to Kevin Aguilar in Legacy. So he's kind of been on an on-off streak-wise, 2-2. Kind of like the. Nah, I'm not even gonna get into that. But Tony Kelly, man, is pretty good. I was gonna say like the co-main event, but never mind. I told you how I felt about that. But yeah, man, he got it. He's but he's all right though. Two KO TKOs and 3 submissions. Um, he has a pretty good game, man. The Kamaka fight was all right. He fought that fight pretty well, I would say. Um, Even though he lost by unanimous decision, he did bring some heat. In this one, he's gonna have to use a little bit more so of his jiu-jitsu game probably over Randy Costa.
Thank you so much, Mel.
I never really see Randy on the ground much because he's always whooping everybody's ass on the feet. So this would be more so of Randy avoiding the ground, keeping his standing, keep the range in there. He has the range advantage. Don't go into no crazy boxing exchange against Randy Costa because if you don't have the hands, you're screwed. But other than that, man, really good fight. I think Tony Kenny got to get in that jiu-jitsu state of mind, though. Mix it up a little bit, cage, work on against the cage, and get some takedowns in there, man.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good fight, man. The edge that Randy Costa has for me is I think that his striking is a little bit prettier. He's probably more well-rounded when it comes to the striking game. And that's for about 1.5 rounds. I question him after that 1.5 rounds versus a guy that's as tough as Tony Kelly. If he can't put Tony Kelly's lights out, I think he's going to have a problem. The odds here right now have Tony Kelly as an underdog, which is kind of crazy to me. Tony Kelly's a plus 150 underdog. It's a negative 185 for Costa. That means that a plus 150, you would put $100, you'd win 150 extra dollars on top of your 100. The negative 185, you'd have to put $185 to make an extra 100 on top of your 185 you put down originally betting. So man, dude, I like Randy Costa's striking. I think he's a pretty boy, and I think he could do this in that first round. But if he does not do it in the first round, the Tony Kelly bettors out there, the plus 150 money going down, it's almost warranted and worth throwing down. Tony Kelly is gritty, man. On the ground, jiu-jitsu edge. I have Randy Costa I have Tony Kelly's jiu-jitsu edge much higher than Randy Costa's. And I also know that Tony Kelly will be there for all 3 rounds of this fight. So
he has that ability, yes.
It's hard for me to pick Costa completely. Everybody I think is on Costa because he's a great guy. He's on Twitter all the time with the MMA community, MMA Twitter. Shout out to MMA Twitter and everyone that likes. But this is a little different, man. This is a grown man fighting a young man who is hot and he's a good looking kid and he does have a chance to win this fight. Yes, Costa does, but I favor Kelly more in the sense of longevity in the third 3 rounds. But with that said, I'm not betting it, so that's enough said on it. But it's going to be a great bout, so make sure you guys tune in to that. Thank you, Mel B, once again for that Love Burst Award, the double Love Burst Award, the One Heart Award, and all the other donos that you guys have given us. Appreciate all you guys here with us, Mr. B. Namin, my dude. I appreciate you being here, dude. Finally just joined Haps and finally subscribed. He was a long-time MMA for Money listener on the show. We cash bets for a long time, always supported me on Twitter, so I appreciate you being here, Namin.
Cool.
Namin? He's got the sickest name, bro. The next fight of the night is we have. Sorry, I got all fired up on his name. The next is Ryan Hall versus Derrick the Minnow. Ryan Hall. No, that Minnow's not his name, but I just like saying that. Ryan Hall, the Wizard, he calls himself. He's 8-2. He's 36 years old. He's 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak, fighting at a TriStar gym. Coaches for Hobby. He's a great, amazing coach, man. He fought for GSP specifically. He's an amazing coach, and he's just an amazing coach for a lot of people. But he got famous for GSP and should be in the record books for it in general. But Ryan Hall here is way different than GSP. His striking, he only has some kicks, and that's it. There's no punches at all, really. He just developed the kicks, and he has a really sick jiu-jitsu. Really, just the leg lock game is his thing. He likes to go for Minari rolls. He likes to go for just crazy, just injuries that you don't want to see your fighter do very often, and it's not no double leg, no single leg, no real wrestling. You think Damian Maya, who I love so much, doesn't have a wrestling game? Ryan Hall is even worse, but his jiu-jitsu subbing game is deadly. He's taken on Derrick Minner, who's been subbed too many times, 26 and 12 on his record. He's 31 years old, 5'7" with a 71-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak fighting out of Nebraska. He last took on Darren the Damage Elkins, and he got that damage. He was a victim of it. Ground and pound, round two, and got that smoke because he deflated way too fast. Then he won against Charles Rosa, which I don't care. TJ Laramie, the dude who came in with no neck, he subbed him somehow in the guillotine choke round one. Everyone made a big hype at TJ Laramie. Grant Dawson, he lost to rear naked choke round two. He lost to Herbert Burns round one, triangle choke. He's a dude who just walks into people's guards. He walks into damage. I just can't trust Derrick Minner. Especially, I have a rule here. I don't like nappers. I don't like tappers. He's definitely some of the guys that could tap. He's definitely the more OG veteran. He should be tougher and he should be able to win this fight. But I don't trust his fight IQ. So it's like, man, Hall could probably get a submission here, but I hope he doesn't. He's super awkward, and he's not a type of fighter I like to see. What do you say about this fight, B?
This is a tricky fight. Uh, somewhat of a tricky fight. I feel Hall could get the submission here because Minor has gotten caught in submissions before. Um, he's gotten caught like in silly ways by these submissions. Considering this dude has 22 submission wins, he gets caught by submissions weirdly. But it's an interesting fight. I'm not sure if Minnow wants to get into those transitions or any type of those ground scenarios with Ryan Hall. I think he would try to look to keep this on a fighting on the hands pretty much with the striking more so. I feel like he wins if he gets more into the striking exchanges or you know what I mean. Keeping it somewhat with a little bit of wrestling in there. If not, Ryan Hall's gonna grab something and win. That's how I feel. Or it's gonna look like that weird fight he had with Darren Elkins, where he just throws weird kicks at random ass angles or whatnot. But if Minner doesn't pretty much be careful with this, Ryan Hall will probably take this one by submission. That's how I feel.
Yeah, so well, I mean, I didn't even give you guys the odds on that one. The odds for that fight are, um, 1 second, I had it popped up, but now I don't even know.
I think Minner's the underdog on that one.
Minner, yeah, I knew he was underdog. Plus one, I just want exact numbers. I'm weirdo, especially with the math. Plus 169 on Bovada, negative 210 for Ryan Hall. I just don't like betting these type of fights here. It's either dog or pass for me on here, but I'm not betting it. I actually picked Hall because of the jiu-jitsu edge and because Derrick Minner is a fight IQ. But dog or pass here. And with that said, with the betting knowledge, with the next fight of the night should be fun. It's Alex Perez versus Matt Schnell. You want to jump into this one first, B?
Cool, because I like this fight, and this fight I wanted to see for a while, but they were playing games.
Yeah, they stopped it. They stopped it one time, right?
Yeah, I think like once or twice. Yeah.
Alex Perez withdrew though? Personally, there was no.
Yeah.
They never told us a reason, right?
No.
Okay.
But yeah,
I always
number
wonder,
4.
I'm one of those conspiracy theories and haters right away where I'm like, he's soft, he's scared, he don't want no smoke, he got anxiety, he got that Tom Breeze, he on that breeze.
Oh shit.
So and I got a little bit more insight on this later, but I'll give it to B. Sorry, B.
All right, cool. Number 4, Alex Perez versus number 9, Matt Schnell, man. Yeah, this is a ranked fight in the early prelims, but this is why this card is the shit right now, man. Alex Perez, man, 24-6. A guy who I was super happy for when he got in the UFC, man. Out of Team Oyama, man, 29 years old, 5'6" with the 65.5-inch reach, representing California.
But
His last fight.
he ain't really from Cali, though. We'll get into it later.
But yeah, man. This is the third time they booked this fight. They booked this fight twice. They booked it in September, and they originally booked it in May. That's what I remember. Yeah, it's the third time. So yeah, the last time he fought was against Davison Figueiredo for the title back in November, but he lost that by guillotine choke in the first round. Didn't look all that great. Got caught slacking bad. Other before that though, he did beat Juicy Formiga by leg kicks, which was I was really impressed with. He submitted Jordan Espinoza, poor Espinoza. I think Espinoza's cut by the UFC anyway. And Mark
Yeah.
De La Rosa, unanimous decision. Um, Good wrestling, really fast guy, sneaky submissions. He has really tight boxing, but his kickboxing skills have improved quite a bit. That Oyama school, man. Those dudes, Ian McCall and other names like that are up in there. So, he brings a really hard skill set. You know what I mean? But you got Danger Match Schnell, 15-6, man. 31 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. He will have the reach advantage. Training with American Top Team. I like Schnell, and I'm really impressed with his improved striking.
Yep.
But last fight he had was a loss against Rogerio Bontorin, unanimous decision loss. Before that, he had that split decision win against Tyson Nam. I'm still shocked by how he outstruck Tyson. Surprising to me because Nam is a stand-up fighter, so man got outstruck by Schnell. Amazing. He lost to Pantoja, but he also beat Jordan Espinoza by a triangle choke. Pantoja knocked him out. Well, technically knocked him out with the overhand right. This fight is a little tricky. Schnell is a fast guy. He likes to use his takedowns, but I'm not sure if his takedown skills are gonna be that strong to deal with a guy like Alex Perez. Because Alex Perez, man, that dude could use his takedowns pretty damn solid. Also, he's very dangerous. So once he gets these holds on you, these submission locks, you know what I mean? It's a problem. If you try to go and shoot for a takedown, he can either catch you in a darce or a guillotine. He loves his darces, boy. He has nice little movements here and there, little ins and outs. He knows how to cut angles, you know what I mean? Cut movement, cut angles. Use those nice good shots. Schnell's gonna have to try to mix it up, like fight a damn near flawless game to get this win here, man. If not, I think Schnell might either get, rocked up to get TKO'd or possibly submitted. But as I said, if Schnell could fight a damn near perfect game, I think he'll have Alex Perez's number. But let me see. I think Schnell. Yeah, Schnell's an underdog. I think Schnell's like one of the higher up in the underdogs here in this fight. But
Snell's a
who I
plus
would ride with?
255 underdog, negative 355 comeback for Alex Perez.
See that? That's crazy. So, yeah, it's one of those fights because Schnell has the skill set where he could win this, man.
Negative 335 is not warranted for a guy who got guillotine choked round one.
Exactly, though. And that's the thing, because Schnell got submissions himself. But this is a tricky fight to pick, man. This is a tricky fight. The odds don't do it justice. Odds don't do it justice.
Yeah,
No.
and so with this fight here, I have a little bit of personal insight. With Alex Perez, he is a guy, and back in 2016 took on my cousin Jaron Papazian. Back, was it? 1 second, let me get you the exact date. Tachi PF 27 back in 2016, where Casey Kenny was actually featured as well. So my cousin Jared Papazian actually armbarred him round one. I mean, my cousin, he ain't War Machine Jr., he ain't me. He's aight. He's aight. But, so he got subbed by my cousin. He got subbed, he got ground and pound by Joe Benavidez. He got subbed round one by Davison Figueiredo. Tappers and nappers, it's hard for me to trust. So now we have Alex Perez, who got armbarred by my cousin, once again. Now, Matt Schnell Danger Schnell 15-6, and all of Alex Perez's wins are pretty much by submission. Most of them are chokes, or if it was, and the other one might have been ground and pound. But most of them are chokes, and then the rest are decisions. But he wants to get you down on the ground. That's really his game. He's not the greatest striker in the world. Now we have Matt Schnell here, who once again he wants to get the fight on the ground. In my opinion, he definitely likes to throw punches. But this dude also though is suspect, man. He's been punched out. He's been napped to himself. Um, but dude, I'm having a very hard time that a guy Matt Schnell trains with ATT is not gonna beat Alex Perez, and if he can't, then my cousin Jared should still be fighting in the UFC. So I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. Either my cousin still should be fighting, or they were both soft, and Matt Snell is the real deal. So with that said, I give no fucks. I have no filters. I don't care if you're my family or friend or foe. I'll tell you if you shit, and if you shit thinks I'm gonna tell you if it smells. So it is what it is, brah. It is, But with that said, Alex Perez does not be warranted to be this big of a favorite. The next, oh my boy Ted Hicks in there, baby. Love you, one of our sponsors, and what the dude is been a huge supporter for even my son that's just born on the 17th of November. Thank you, Kick Your Bass and Mel B for the love and support. Thank you for the celebration award, Ted Hicks, for Mr. B you just gave ×2. Much love over there.
What?
The next fight of the night is. Sorry, I got all fired up on Alex Perez. I can't wait to see the results. I can't wait to see the results of the Alex Perez fight, so that we can either think they're like, "You're an asshole, Mike," or I just am the realist, like Tupac told me to be. I'm from Cali, baby. Shout out. Next fight of the night is a bet we're gonna get into. Finally, first bet of the night for Coach Corner. We got Aaron Blanchfield taking on Miranda Maverick and my girl, Aaron Blanchfield. Don't tell my fiance this. My girl, Erin Blanchfield, cold-blooded, she calls herself, but I'm telling you, she's really sweet when we're cuddling. She's 7-1. She's 22 years young. She's 5'4" with a 68-inch reach. I'm telling you, the alcohol might have made it happen, so blame it on the alcohol. 4 wins in a row, fighting out of New York City. Renzo Gracie, BJJ, black belt, 22 fucking years old. How many 22-year-olds in the world say they're a Renzo Gracie black belt? That's all I need to say. Throw all the fucking money on the world on Aaron Blanchfield to whoop that ass. I could get into it more, and I will, but I should just stop right there and just be disrespectful, but I'm going to get into it a little bit more. Miranda Maverick, before I shit on her completely. She's a brown belt BJJ. BJJ brown belt, so I give her mad props. But she's still not a BJJ black belt like my girl, Aaron Blanchfield, all right? She calls herself Fear the, and I ain't in fear, all right? I ain't never been scared. Ain't never scared, okay? Like my boys down south. 9-3, 24 years old herself, 5'3" with a 65.5-inch reach. She's on a one-fight losing streak, fighting out of Norfolk, Virginia. I don't even know if Virginia has that many training facilities, but she is good. I'm not gonna hate on her completely, but the thing is that this is a fight between two prospects. We're gonna find out who the better one is. And my girl Aaron Blanchfield started out as a -140 favorite. She's been disrespected. They've been buying Maverick. They think she's Top Gun. This ain't Top Gun and Tom Cruise, all right? There ain't no goose who's gonna be here. He ain't coming here. He ain't gonna die in front of you. She's not it, all right? I'm telling you right now. My girl Blanchfield is a +115 underdog on Bovada, a -140 for the favorite Miranda Maverick. But once again, she ain't Top Gun. She was not welcome to Top Gun. She did not get an invitation to Top Gun. She did not meet anybody from Top Gun. All my boys over there, all right? Now, I have Aaron Blanchfield here being disrespected, +115 underdog. I'm throwing down 2 units, $200, 200 on my girl. Like I said, Aaron Blanchfield gonna be here. She's the best. She's the prospect. She's the future. Not Macy Barber, the future. That was the past. She wasn't even the future. I told y'all she was all smoke, all hype, not even about it. Aaron Blanchfield's the real fucking deal. Holyfield. Tune into James Lynn. She'll tell you the same. Me and him both are on her. She wasn't so young and we didn't have women already. We'd probably be on her, right? but we're just trying to be respectful a little bit. Now the fact is, I got $200, 2 units going down on Edge Blanfield to show Miranda Maverick she was not welcome to Top Gun. She never met Goose and his family, and she ain't about it. All right. B, what do you say about this fight?
First of all, you're being mad disrespectful to Miranda Maverick.
I don't
You're
give
being
a
mad
fuck.
disrespectful.
Hey, how
You're
many
being
fights
mad
have I lost?
disrespectful.
How many fights have I lost when I've been this disrespectful?
Not many.
Cheers to myself.
You haven't lost many. You won a lot. You won a whole lot.
Just saying. Now tell me,
yo,
hey, this girl's from New York. She's from New York too, B. You're not gonna jump
oh
on my
no,
girl?
she fights out of New York. She trains with Enzo. Enzo live out here. Enzo be out here. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna say, this is a very,
Hey, you better be
very
watching.
competitive fight. I don't know why they put this so early in the card. It could have been main card spot. It could have been right on the prelims, under the premier prelim fight. But it's in the early prelims. Why? I have no idea. These odds makers are crazy, but I see why they're doing it. This fight is super competitive. We're gonna definitely find out who is the better prospect. We're definitely cutting out who belongs in the top of the divisions and who should be gone. Miranda Maverick is against the ropes here, dog. I like Miranda Maverick. I like her skill set. I don't like her pace in fights. She was able to smoke Liana Juja in her debut. Against Jillian Robertson, she was kind of roughed up a bit. The Macy Barber fight, she should have won that fight.
You know
She got
what's funny,
robbed.
bro? I got all fired
What?
up and I didn't realize I didn't give any stats or none of that shit because I didn't even care. I don't even need stats, bro. It's a feeling, right? It's like when you know, you just know, bro. All right, sorry, B.
It's okay.
Get him,
But
B.
Aaron Blanchfield, if I remember, I think Aaron Blanchfield's gonna have a reach advantage. Yeah, 5'4" with a 68-inch reach advantage. Where Miranda has the 65 and a half, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 65 and a half. But yeah, man, Miranda, it does have the Muay Thai skills. She's improved. The problem is, I don't know if her gas tank is going to be able to handle Aaron, man. That is the problem.
Who did Miranda Maverick lose to last?
She lost to Macy Barber. But that was a robbery. That was robbery.
I don't. But hey, if you had it that
No.
close, you wait till my girl Aaron Blanfield gets you, girl.
That was robbery. That shouldn't even have been a split decision. That should have been 2 rounds straight up from Miranda. The 3rd round goes to Macy. I don't know what what drugs those judges were on
It's
that
true.
day.
I know.
Yeah,
I think
but
we
it's
bet on her.
crazy.
I think I bet on her even, and that's why I hate on her even
Yeah,
more.
but Erin Blanchfield has the size to compete with a Miranda Maverick. She has an improved striker to compete with a Miranda Maverick. Her cardio is her big weapon in this fight, man. And I don't know if Miranda's going to be able to keep up for all 3 rounds. Because as good, the beginning of the fight for Erin Blanchfield looks the same way as the end for the fight for Erin Blanchfield. She has the same gas. She doesn't slow down. She barely slows down. She has that 3 rounds. She's willing to go and do all that. Miranda tends to take off a round or slow down later in the fight. Erin has that. I'm worried for Miranda in this fight, man. If you take an Erin Blanchfield, you might want to take Erin Blanchfield on this one. Because Erin Blanchfield is coming out with a lot of momentum. Yeah, Miranda Maverick's going to look to prove a point in this one. But Erin Blanchfield, man, Jesus Christ. I don't know if Miranda has the steam to take on Erin, man. So I'm rocking with Erin Blanchfield on this one, dog.
Yeah, man. I said, it's just hard. It's hard for me not to support my girl. Like, you gotta always support your women in your life. So, but I just 100% just feel like she's just it, man. She just is
Yeah.
amazing. She has amazing jujitsu. She's been training for a long time. You don't get a Henzo Gracie black belt for just being some soft, subtle girl, and you definitely can't pay for it. You know, like you can some other people's BJJ black belts that they have. But I won't get into that. The next fight of the night is Andrew Moniz takes on Eric Yo Boy Anders, and I'll let you jump into that first because since I was long-winded last time, missed a beat.
No problem, man. Andre Muniz versus Eric Anders, middleweight fight, man. Andre Muniz, 21-4. Sergapano, yeah, 21-4. 31 years old, 6'1" with a 78-inch reach. Representing Data Fight Team, Montez Claros. There you go, Montez Claros. If I remember, this was the man who fought Jacare Souza and broke his arm with the inverted arm bar back in May. That was Souza's last fight. Well, if people don't know, Souza might be making a comeback, but that's for another day. Other than that, he beat Bartosz Fabinski in 2020, and he beat Antonio Arroyo, unanimous decision. That scrub. Muniz has good boxing. A lot of his stuff comes from his submission game, though. Good wrestling, jiu-jitsu takedowns. He likes to work on the ground there. He has a nice little pace, methodical pace, but he always stays active while on the ground, though. He fought bigger before. I think he fought at 205 before, but he dropped down weight, since then. But he's been pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. Going up against your boy Eric Anders. Now, your boy got
Not
problems,
my boy,
man.
but yo boy.
Yeah, your boy. He used to be my boy, but then I don't know what the hell was happening to him, man.
I just had to say
But yeah, for real, 14-5, man. He's a big fan favorite for sure, though. Fighting the middleweight division, 6'1", 34 years old, 75-inch reach out of San Antonio, Texas. Trains with Spartan Fitness. San Antonio, Texas. But went to the University of Alabama. Trains out of Alabama. With Fight Ready MMA as well. His last fight was a unanimous decision against Darren Stewart. That was the fight that sent. Was that the fight that sent? No, I think it was it that fight. No, I think it was the fight after that. That was one of Darren Stewart's last fights.
Shout out to Chris Hemble from Facebook tuning in. I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, cool.
Sorry.
He beat Darren Stewart. No problem. He beat Darren Stewart in June. It was a no contest before that. He lost to Christoph Jotko. Won against Gerald Mearshart by split decision. Knocked out Vinicius Moreira, another scrub. Then he had like a 3-fight losing streak. But man, this guy, he likes to wrestle. It's weird. He wrestles, but he gasses himself out when he's wrestling. He has big power, though. Big power in his strikes. But sometimes fights really tentative, where like he's hesitant to throw a strike. Kind of looking like how Woodley was looking in his last couple fights. Not the one with Luque, but like all the other ones before that. Where, yeah, he was just hesitant, just standing there, just waiting for something to happen. So he kind of gives away fights, tends to. Certain fights, he just looked like he wasn't trying enough. This fight, he has to let them hands go, man. He got to let them things fly, man, for real. If he's not letting those things fly, Muniz is just going to easily go in there, throw these nice little tight combinations, and then shoot in for a takedown. And he will get the takedown. Trust me on that. Muniz is really good with that. And my pick here, let me see. I will probably most likely go with Muniz on this one. Even though Anders is a plus, well, according to the UFC.com site, he's a plus 115, but in the bettings, the other bettings, they'll probably change up. That was 115 still?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I would stick. Me personally, I'm gonna pick Muniz on this one. I think Muniz is gonna bring a little bit more tools to the table on this one, man.
I
And
agree.
Eric Anders, man, I just don't really trust Eric, man. I don't
Yeah,
just don't trust him.
yeah, I absolutely agree, man. Andre Munez is third degree black belt in BJJ, taking on Eric Anders here. Your boy Anders, D1 All American, or not All American wrestler, D1 All American football player from Alabama. So he's got great athleticism. He's definitely there's no he is pretty talented, man. But at 34 years old, he's 6'1", 75-inch reach. It's just this dude, man. He wasn't in fighting long enough to have like, oh, dude, this guy's got sick jujitsu. So his wrestling that he does have doesn't even matter because if he gets someone down, it's only strikes that he could land. So it leaves
Yeah,
himself kind of gassed when he gets in situations when he gets someone down on the ground or when he goes for the kill, he has to go all out because he knows that's his best chance. He doesn't have, like I said, a lot of submission wins. He's not gonna be submitting or getting close to Eric Andre Moniz on a submission here. He better throw them things and he better pray that one of them lands. But I feel like
yeah,
Andre Moniz is just way too gangster on the ground when it comes to being on in BJJ and the likes. And Eric Anders has never really experienced that high level of BJJ. And I feel like this is a spot to finally showcase that Andre Moniz who's walked in here. He's came in, submitted the friggin' legend Souza with the armbar and broke his shoulder with ridiculous round one. Fabinski round one. And then the contender series round one. So 3 round 1s. This dude is submitted someone. So the UFC they knows what they have here. They have a prospect here. They have a name with Eric Anders, and I feel like they're gonna. Andre Muniz is going to be able to take this easily. The negative 140 number on Andre Muniz isn't bad actually. If he had a little bit better striking, I would fire on it. But
yeah.
maybe later in the week, if you guys want the submission prop, would probably be your best bet if you were going to touch that fight at all. So, with that said, it should be a really exciting one. The next fight of the night is Bruno Silva versus Jordan Wright. Bruno
Yes.
Blindado Silva, 21-6. He's 32 years old, 6 foot with a 74-inch reach. He's on a 6 fight win streak, fighting out of Brazil, baby. Shout out to that Brazilian barbecue. Love food, man.
Yes.
And Andrew Sanchez was his last victim. Went punches, standing
Yes.
TKO, round 3. Then he smashed Wellington Turman and made him into a beef Wellington. Round 1, ground and pound. Then he smoked Artem Frolov punches round 4 and M1. This dude's super decorated, been all around. I actually love this dude, and I think he's deadly as fuck. He's taking on Jordan Wright, the Beverly Hills Ninja. If you guys ever been here to Los Angeles, California, Hollywood specifically, where Beverly Hills is right there, if you're from Beverly Hills, you're not fucking tough. Okay, I don't care who you are. He's gotten away with a lot. He's been paired up with a lot of scrubs. Yes, he's got a couple good strikes here and there, but I'm telling you right now, you are not that gangster if you're the Beverly Hills Ninja. I'm telling you, you're the Compton Ninja, the Inglewood Ninja, the East Los Ninja, the fucking Oxnard Colones Chiques Ninja. Something fucking more gangster than Beverly Hills. I'm just saying, if you're gonna choose somewhere, be there or be square, and he sounds square. And I just don't trust him, man. Jordan Wright, he's gonna be a fun for about 1 round. He's gonna be that dude in the club who's been whispering in a girl's ear. He's gonna talk about sweet nothings, how his body's gonna give you the best night of your life. It's gonna be 5 minutes if he's lucky, probably 3. But if he doesn't kill him in that, he's gonna be in big trouble. I think that Jordan Wright's gonna be absolutely just dominated here, man. Bruno Silva is just mean as fuck. He's strong as fuck. I just think he's the real deal. These two met in an alleyway. Blindado Silva would end up with all of Jordan Wright's possessions. So it's gonna be a great fight between these two. The odds are negative 360. Bruno Silva, Jordan Wright's plus 270. So the odds makers obviously think the same. He ain't about that life. Um, you jumped in this one yet, B? No, right?
No.
Okay.
This is a good fight. Jordan Wright though, he has that. He has his kickboxing. Um, his I think he's got taekwondo or something like that. Um, he has the reach. He has a crazy reach advantage over Bruno. Um, but Bruno has fought better competition than Jordan. Also, Bruno is a no nonsense type of fighter, man. Um, if he takes away that man's distance, his range, he's done. Jordan Wright is done. So Bruno hasn't done me wrong yet. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Bruno on this one, man.
Yeah,
No
but
disrespect to Jordan Wright, man, but
because of
I'm
the
definitely
odds,
sticking with Bruno.
because of the odds, it's not like we're some mystic or some. It's like, oh my God, you guys are fucking amazing because you called that. No, we were amazing last week because we called Manel Cape, who was a negative 270 plus or more favorite. We called him for a TKO KO prop at a plus 240. That's called being a
Yes.
G and getting value betting wise. Kick your bass, bro. I appreciate you laughing and being here with us. Like I said, Chris Hembrell, Mel B, Ted Hicks, all the
Facts.
people here tuning in. I just really can't thank you guys enough. The 33 here live. I appreciate you guys being here, man. Grab a drink, tune in, hit a shot, hit a bong load, do whatever you do to enjoy your life. Life is a little bit crazy at times during this COVID stuff. They want you not to have as much fun, so we got to have the opposite. We always got to have fun.
Word.
The next fight of the night should be a good one. It's my boy Tai Tuivasa, the Shui, Bam Bam, 13-3. He's 28 years old. Dude, it's crazy how young he is. 6'2", 75-inch reach. He's 3-fight
Yeah.
win streak right out of Sydney, Australia, baby. Last took on Greg Hardy and smoked him round one. Harry Hunsucker, round one, smoked him overhand right to ground and pound. Stefan Struve, the skyscraper, he demolishes him round one. Then he lost to Sergey Spivak. Then he lost to Blagai Boydinov. Then he lost to JDS. JDS, I understand. The other two, I don't, and I don't really want to talk about those times. But he's on a 3-fight win streak. Is my boy Bam Bam the Shui. He's a former. He's the dude that Mark Hunt used to call in and ask for a training partner when he was about 18 years old to tell you how talented the Tai Tuivasa is. He's taking on Augusto Sakai. He's 15-3-1. He's 30 years old. He's 6'3" with a 77-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak though, as opposed to a 3-fight our boys on. He last took on Jorginho Rosenstruck. He lost round one, punches and bunches. Alistair Overeem, ground and pound, round 5. Blagaboy Engenov, he won. Mycene Tibera, he won. After seeing Mycene Tibera do what he did to Volkov lately, and even though the Volkov won, I was pretty impressed with Tibera. So that win versus him gives me a little bit more respect for him. But Tai Tuivasa brings more power in every strike and every asset. If I was you, this is an under spot, under 1.5. This is a knockout prop. This is something like that of that matter. This is not something that I personally would bet on, but let me give you the odds on this real fast. Tai Tuivasa fight won't start. Let's see. Where's the under?
They give him
Sorry,
starts,
guys.
or they got to pick him, or is it gonna be a pick him?
I was trying to look at the under 1.5 on the fight. So let's see. Tai Tuivasa wins by TKO. Tai Tuivasa wins by KO. TKO is a plus 150. So I like that better than they have the odds at. Let's see. Negative 115, negative 105. So if you like betting and if you like Tai Tuivasa, the TKO prop at plus 150 is definitely better. That's the way he wins, in my opinion. But what do you say about this fight, B?
Big fight for Tai Tuivasa here, man. If he wins, he gets in the rankings. Yes. Augusto Sakai is a big mofo, bro. That is a big man.
He's big. He is big.
6'3". He's gonna come in heavy as hell. That reach.
Jesus.
But I think Tai Tu, yeah.
We're halfway through the
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, man. This man Tai Tuivasa is gonna have to cut that distance. It's only a 2-inch reach advantage for Augusto Sakai.
Cheers.
But he's gonna have to try to catch him the way he caught Greg Hardy, and he caught a couple other people where, just based off the counter shots. He's gonna have to try to counter shot on Augusto, big Augusto there, and avoid being caught up against the cage. Because Augusto's gonna try to throw his weight on him and try to tire him out, man. So I'm gonna definitely root for Tai Tuivasa in this one. I want to see Tai Tuivasa win, man. No disrespect to Augusto. Augusto did get me some wins in the past beforehand, man, but I think Tai Tuivasa got it this time, man. I think he brings in what he needs to bring in, get those shots, land those big ones, and get this done, man. Big fight here for him. I
Yeah,
hope he does win.
it's gonna be a fun one between these big body guys. I appreciate the 34 you guys here live. If you guys could all do me a favor, if you could like, subscribe, Cope's Corner, KOPESKORNER on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. Please like, subscribe, and share the broadcast, man. I mean, we do this for free and for fun, and we just all bring all good vibes. But we need to bring up the numbers as haps have changed. But I really appreciate you if you guys would just please
Yeah.
subscribe, like, and share on every platform that you have. Because me and Mr. B, we come here weekly on pretty much on a prompt schedule, and we just really appreciate all you guys being here live. But the next fight
Definitely.
of the night should be a good one. My arch nemesis, Dominic Cruz, takes on Pedro
Bless you.
Munoz. And let me get,
Yes.
I'll get into it first before B slanders stuff. Dominic the Dominator Cruz, 23 and 3, all right?
Oh, thank you.
36
You're
years old,
welcome.
5'8 with a 68-inch reach. He's on a one fight win streak, fighting out of Alliance MMA. Shout out to Eric Del Fiero, my brother's old coach, the head striking coach of Alliance MMA. Absolute G. Like I said, I've known Dominic Cruz since he came from Arizona, just barely a wrestler. He had no money. All he had was a loaf of bread and literally a tin of peanut butter. And we would come down there, and I would come and barbecue for my bum brother and Dominic Cruz, and I would feed. Like I said, we'd barbecue, have fun, do what we do with the girls. But I'm not the biggest Dominator fan, but I could get deep into it. But I don't really want to. We'll save that for another time. I said enough why I don't like Dominator Cruz, but it's like the dude was crying about it. He's like, bro, his girl from Arizona came here and she gave me her number. I didn't fucking put a gun to her head. I didn't ask her for. I didn't even literally ask her for them. She literally offered her number because that's how hoodie she was. He's not with her now. They're not fucking. They weren't good. They were not fucking meant to be. But Dominator fucking was like, bro, you fucking hit my ex girlfriend. I said, dude, I don't care if it's your ex girlfriend, your girlfriend, bro. I'm a lion. I'm gonna hunt. This is back when I was fucking like 21 years old. So Dominic Cruz was just mad, and I said, bro, you know where I live. You know where I sleep. You could come and get it anytime. And he never came because he ain't about that life. The dude used to be scared of scary movies. My brother and him lived at Brandon Vera's pad back in the day. But now we're getting into it, Pete. Fuck this. Back in the day, my brother used to rent a room at an extra house that Brandon the Truth Vera used to live at. Shout out to Fokai Stuff, FOKAI stuff.com while we're into it. My boy Rome, shout out to the Guamalian Gear, and all the fucking badass MMA stuff that they've supported since ever since is one of their slogans. But I appreciate you. But either way, since Brandon Vera, one of the sponsors is Fokai and mine as well. He owned an extra house. My brother lived in it. Toby Imada, who inverted triangle choked our boy Gamebred Masvidal. Dominic
Yes.
Cruz lived there. I used to come there all the time. They had a theater room in the bottom room, okay, in the bottom garage. That was my spot. I smoke weed. You can see here. It's like, bro, I grow reefer. You see that? That's just home. That's just the bombies, right? Okay. I don't play games. Now we go there and we go in the theater room. We would play How High. We would play Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I want to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why? Jessica Biel is in a wife beater and it gets wet and you see her freaking tits. What else do I need to say, right? I would watch it over and over and over again. Tom Cruise was so scared of scary movies, bro. Literally, every time he would put on the Texas Chainsaw, I'd be like, bro, why you guys gotta play that movie? You know I don't like scary movies. Fool's so scared of scary dreams. He's scared of
Oh
himself. He's
shit.
scared of the fucking ghost. He's scared of a fucking shadow. He's scared of a bunny. I don't. The dude is soft. I've said it before. I bet Cody
Bless
Garbrandt
you.
against
You're
Cruz
welcome.
when he held the championship and Garbrandt took it. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. This dude, like I said, if he was so tough and so gangster, he never showed up. His bitch fucking got slayed by me, and he never showed up, bro. I'm not my problem. It's not. That's not my girl to take care of. She's not my sheep. I don't keep her in a pen. I don't keep her in a kennel. She's not my thing. It's not my thing, bro. You keep your fucking hoe on her leash. I'm to do what I'm gonna do, and
Bless
that's
you.
what lions do. All right. So I don't like Cruz.
Oh
He's
my
soft.
god.
He never showed up. It is what it is, bro. So Dominic Cruz is now taking on Pedro Munoz, BJJ black belt. What's crazy is
Oh my god.
Cruz is only a blue belt in BJJ. All of the years in MMA, and he's only a blue belt still. You talk about him being respectful. You talk about him being this fucking. He's a great analyst. I'll give you that at that. Man, so, but dude, this dude is a BJJ blue belt after all the years. It shows you he does not show up to the BJJ gym. He does not dedicate himself to that life of the full MMA. I get it. He's made a lot of money. He put himself in a great spot. Pedro Munoz, this dude actually has been here. He hasn't been ducking. He hasn't been getting injured. Pedro Munoz throws leg kicks that can actually devastate your lower leg and immobilize you. He got better jiu-jitsu than Dominic Cruz. I think that in this spot, Pedro Munoz is the spot to bet. It's -110, -110 to pick them for the two of them. But, dude, Pedro Munoz is going to dominate the dominator, Dom Cruz. You can get into defending his honor, B. Get at me, Dom Cruz. You soft. He had to block me on Twitter. He blocked me on Twitter. He blocked me on Twitter because that's how soft he was. He couldn't handle the mental agony of it, bro. It just showed you. I didn't care, bro. A hoe's a
I have to
hoe.
laugh because Mike really doesn't like Dominic Cruz, man.
Soft, bro.
And you heard how we said that, defend his
So,
honor, because he
hey,
knows I like Dom.
no,
I like Dom.
I got so fired up. I forgot to say the whole point. So one day me and my brother, we went over to go get food. Dom Cruz, when we leave, he must have waited for the moment. He goes in the theater room and he steals the Texas Chainsaw Massacre DVD, and it's gone. No more Jessica Biel's titties. No fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's no more video there. So you put two and two together. The only person who was scared, Dom Cruz. The only fucking person that would take a DVD of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dom Cruz. The fool is a great analyst, soft as Twinkies in the street. I
Hell
told y'all a
no.
long time ago.
Nah, you're not going to do that to Dom Cruz.
I did it. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, man.
I'm about it. He knows where
Dom
I
Cruz.
He knew where I live. He never wanted no peace, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right,
I can't
now
believe
talk
this.
about the fight for real, B. This is as bad as Julia Pena for you and Nunez.
Oh, God. Dom Cruz.
This is
Pedro
alcohol.
Munoz, man. I love this fight, man. Pedro Munoz, man, has been sitting in this division for some time. I think right now he's ranked at number 5, is it, in the bantamweights? This is a ranked fight, man. Cruz being number 9, which is kind of crazy when you think about that. And Pedro Munoz, who's ranked at 5, man. And he's had close times to get into that title. Didn't get to. Good boxing, real fast guy. Crazy power in his hands. Has a nasty leg kick. I'm expecting to see him use the movement and the leg kicks a little bit against a guy like Cruz, because Cruz likes to move around. Cruz is not. He's not that overly with the movement as he used to be, because the multiple surgeries and all that stuff. But he still knows how to win fights, and that's the thing I give a lot of credit to Dominic Cruz for. Cruz always with the fast combos, the flurries. He knows how to work behind his jab, which I always urge a lot of fighters who have that boxing background to do. You know what I mean? He knows how to win fights and knows how to win in the biggest of stages, This is a very tough fight, man. Unlike Mike, though, I am going to go for Dominic Cruz. So, it's a very good fight. I would not be surprised, though, if Pedro Munoz manages to catch Dominic Cruz slipping, though. I will tell you that much. The big key is going to be on Pedro Munoz's kicks. If Pedro Munoz can manage to be a step ahead of Dom Cruz and land those kicks, he got to get rid of that movement of Dominic Cruz, man. Anyhow, he ends up getting caught in 2 takedowns early, then it's like, oh shit, he's screwed. If Dom Cruz gets that man taken down twice, he gets 2 takedowns or more, Pedro Munoz is in trouble. But I'm leaning towards Cruz. But as I said, no surprise if Pedro Munoz wins this fight here, though.
Yeah,
But I'm going for Cruz.
we went way too long winded on a fight. We're not even betting. Just I want to give you guys the backstory of that. Just
It
because
was worth it, though. It was
it's
worth
just
it.
fun. Yeah. So the next fight of the night is Josh Emmett takes on Dan Ige. And Josh Emmett,
Yes.
16-2. He's 36 years old. He's 5'6" with a 70-inch reach. He's on a 3-fight win streak fighting out of Sacktown, California, baby. Shout out to Cali. Shane Burgos, he last took on one unanimous decision. Then he took on Mirsad Betic and he won the ground and pound round 1. Michael Johnson round 3. Hasn't lost since 2018 since he last took on Jeremy Heathen Stevens and lost in a devastation fashion by punches in round 2. He's taking on Dan Ige, 50K. Ige calls himself 15 and
Yes.
4. He's 30 years old. He's 5'7" with a 71-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight win streak. Fights out of Extreme Couture. Shout out to Hawaii, where he also it says affiliation to Extreme Couture, which is in Vegas, but he fights out of Hawaii. That actually makes no fucking sense because Extreme Couture is in Las Vegas, Nevada, where my brother Phil Brony and a bunch of others obviously train. Hawaii is not where you're fighting out of. If your affiliation is Extreme Couture, I'm sorry, Tapology, you're dumb, making me look stupid, but you're dumb. You're dumb, Tapology. I'm right. You're dumb. So Dan, Dan Ige, he took on Chan Sung Jung and lost unanimous decision. Then he took on Gavin Tucker and he won round 1 right cross. Then took on Calvin Qatar and he lost unanimous decision. So he's been all over the place, Dan Ige. He's a great fighter. He's a decent mixed martial artist. I believe he's a BJJ black belt, BJJ. Yep. Um, but on this fight here, I have Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett's power is absolutely deadly, wicked. The only reason why he's been out of the game is because he had a knee surgery and he's been rehabbing it. And so I absolutely just love him here. I think that Josh Emmett, negative 165 favorite. Sorry, pulling up the odds. Plus 135 comeback for Dan Ige. I think that Josh Emmett's aside. If I didn't want to throw down if I didn't throw down the other bets of the 2 units and whatnot, I would probably bet Josh Emmett to show you how much I like him. So if you do like Josh Emmett, I really think that Josh Emmett at the negative 165, his power is deadly and his wrestling game could stall Ige's. What do you think about this fight, B?
Dan Ige has a wrestling pedigree, man. This dude has been through some tough fights. He's fought some tough guys. He stood toe to toe, showing his improved boxing. My problem is Dan Ige takes too much shots, too much hits to the face. And because of that, I'm
Yep.
taking Josh Emmett, major landslide, because it only takes one from Josh Emmett to ruin your whole day. If Josh Emmett lands, and it's not even going to be a matter of if, just when Josh Emmett lands, it's going to be a highlight on this card. Josh Emmett got life-altering power. It's not even fight-altering power. It's life-altering power, man. Because you get hit by him and you wonder, like, why did I even take the fight with this guy? He makes you change your strategies after you fight him. And because of that, man, I'm taking him. Ige can wrestle, but so could Josh.
Yeah, exactly.
And Josh is deceptively fast. And the way he throws those hands is just otherworldly, man. So with that, I'm taking Emmett, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a great
I'm
fight,
picking
though,
Emmett.
man. The next fight of the night is going to be Sugar O'Malley taking on Julian Paiva, bro. This is going to be a fun one. You want me to get into it first, or you want it first, B?
Oh, Piper versus O'Malley?
Yeah.
You could go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. So we got Sugar Sean O'Malley, 14-1. He's 27 years old. He's 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight win streak fighting out of Scottsdale, Arizona. He last took on Chris Montonio, and he won in round 3, standing TKO, where Chris Montonio, I don't even know how he withstood all the beatdown that he took all those rounds. Then he took on Thomas Almeida, who was a former prospect, the one counter left hook round 3. Lost to Marlon Cheeto Vera elbows from guard round one, but that was after Marlon Chito Vera beat down those chicken legs that Sugar O'Malley has. Julian Paiva is 21-3. He's 26 years old. He's 5'8" with a 69.5-inch reach. He's on a 3-fight win streak, fighting out a Team Alpha male, fighting out of Brazil once again, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. It's home country's Brazil. You guys need to get this straight. I get it. I like the fact that you love your country, but you're not fighting out of Brazil if you're fucking in America fighting out a Team Alpha male, which is in Sacramento, California. Makes no sense. Either way, Julian Paiva last took on Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips is a prospect, pretty fucking savvy dude. Sick striking. Julian Paiva ended up being able to take and was stormed round one and ended up winning round three, majority decision. Then he took on Zolga Zugulumov and he won a unanimous decision. Mark De La Rosa, overhand right round two. But then he lost to Rogero Bonsaran round one. And then
Yeah.
Kai Kara France split decision. Man, dude, this is a weird one, dude. If Paiva can implement some leg kicks and actually hit the legs of Sean O'Malley, he's gonna be in trouble. But Sean O'Malley's better on the ground. I don't know, better striking, maybe more diverse. But the better, stronger body, which is weird to say, is Julian Paiva. I just feel like I said, what's his name? Sean O'Malley's legs are a leg lock threat. They're a threat to be kicked and to be hurt. His movement could be stifled, and then so it's hard for me to bet him at that. I like him a lot. It's fun to watch. Negative 310 favorite, so $310 makes you 100 plus 240 comeback for the underdog Julian Paiva. I'm gonna pick Sean O'Malley because I feel like the UFC knows they have a star here. I mean, they know that they need the star, and the Sean O'Malley is being kind of set up where he could possibly win this fight by KO by the aggression of Paiva. What do you say, B?
Um, yeah, I agree with you there, man. Paiva has been. Paiva is good. Paiva's training with Alpha Male now. So he's getting a little bit of
Where's my
wrestling and knowing how to do certain things. But yeah, man, I think this is like almost tailor made for O'Malley to win. You know what I mean? It's a test. I don't know how big of a test it really is for O'Malley, but you know what I mean. He's there. He's gonna be on the main card. He moves very well. He throws his hands pretty well. He throws his striking is pretty good. I won't say it's like super solid. I'll say it's pretty good because he gets these KOs. We haven't seen him tested against the upper echelon yet, but you know what I mean. I think he'll have enough to get by. If anything, if Ruan Paiva manages to rock him and get a submission, that's gonna be nuts. If he gets a leg lock or something like that, that'll be even more crazier. But I think this should be a good starting point for O'Malley to get into the rankings. So I'll say O'Malley here, man. I'll say
Yeah, like I
O'Malley as
said,
well.
it's not worth me betting on or getting into, but like I said, I just see there's a little bit of weakness and a chink in O'Malley's armor, and that's those ankles. That's the only thing. It's like the Achilles heel. But Sean O'Malley has it kind of sugared, as you should say, to win this fight.
Yeah.
The next fight of the night is Kai Kara France takes on Cody Garbrandt. What do you say about this fight, B?
Oh my goodness, this fight is pretty fun, man. This will be Cody Garbrandt's first dip into 125, man. Former UFC bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt, man. Um, I this fight against Kai Kara France is gonna be fire. Kai Kara France. What is it? What was it? What was his last fight? His last fight was. Yeah, Rogerio Bontorin. Yeah, he won with the strikes, via strikes, the punches. But he lost to Royval. Beating Tyson Nam, but lost to Morano. The thing, Kai Kara France, I like him at 125. He's one of the more regular sized 125ers. Sometimes kind of looks a little bit under 125, but he has a good build. He's very freaking fast, man. His kickboxing skills are freaking slick. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Don't blink, Howard France. Being 28, 66.5-inch reach, and 5'4", representing that city kickboxing. Yeah. Going up against Alpha Male's Cody Garbrandt, man. The no love, man. Damn, dude. This is a big test for Cody, though. Cody, 30 years old, 65 and a half inch reach, 5'8", out of that OH. Big, dangerous KO power in them hands of his, though. Before, he's been pretty reckless with his striking. That's why he had all those losing, all those losses. You know, he knocked out, who's it? Oh, God. What's that guy's name, man? I like him. What's his name? Let me check. A Sun Sao, there you go. He knocked out a Sun Sao, but he lost to Rob Font his last fight. But yeah, man, this fight is speed. Well, damn. Yeah, Kai Kara France got a lot of experience though. But if I had to say, like, really to pick, damn, man, I want to say Kara France easy because of the speed. Just because of the speed, he's already used to 125 already. It'll be that dip. I think it's gonna come down to like the weight when they go to the weigh-ins on Friday to like really get a read on what's it gonna be. But yeah, I think I'd probably go with Kara France here, man. Probably.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I mean, France, Cody Garbrandt. I like Kai Car France a lot. 22-9, like you said. He's young, he's strong, he's got really good striking, but I don't like tappers. He's attacked guillotine choke round two, so he showed me he quits when he gets in an adverse spot. Um, he does have really good striking though, man. This is what flyweight fight, so they're down to 125 pounds. So Cody Garbrandt, he usually has a speed advantage when he's up in a weight class. So this is going to be tough for him to be down in the weight class. He thinks he's going to have all the strength and he's going to just drop down because he lost to Font and whatnot. I like Cody Garbrandt a lot. I told you, I bet against him versus Cody, him versus Dom Cruz back in the day. And so,
Yeah.
but it's like, man, dude, my heart wants to say Cody Garbrandt, but it's like, dude, man, it's gonna be a
That's what
really
it
tough one.
is.
Kai Kara France
Yeah.
is more the future. He's got a better ceiling, and so with this fight, because I bias towards Cody Garbrandt, I don't want to pick it. But I think Kai
Yeah.
Kara France is the rightful side. But man, Cody Garbrandt definitely has the possibility of a chance to
That's what
actually
it
win
is.
this
It's
fight.
like yeah, it's like my head says Kara France, but my heart says Cody. So I don't know, man.
Yeah,
So
it's hard
yeah,
for me.
yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to
So
see like when the weigh-ins come. Come the
yeah,
weigh-ins.
the
Come
way in come,
Friday.
I want to see how Cody Garbrandt looks. If he can't make weight,
Yeah,
that's going to be a huge one. I want to bet Kai Kara France because just off the bat, but I need to see Cody Garbrandt not, suffering at weight cut. I need to see something for a reason to. But other than that,
yeah,
I just like Cody Garbrandt a lot. He's made me a lot of money back in the day, and it is what it is. The next fight of the night is an actual bet that I want to get into. We have Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponza Nibio, the Argentinian barbecue, the best in the world. I don't give a fuck. I don't care Texas. I don't care Southern. I don't care Brazilian. I don't care where you are. Argentinian barbecue, the enchana, the blood sausage. They are the real fucking deal. They have the best meat in the world. They barbecue the best. They have the best vibes. Shout out to Argentina, Santiago Ponzinibbio, my boy, 28-4, Argentinian dagger. He calls himself. He's 35 years old. He's 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. He's on a one fight win streak. Like I said, from Argentina. Affiliation ATT Florida, which is obviously one of the best in the world. Mike Brown, Din Thomas, Masvidal, Poirier, and all the likes. He last took on Miguel Bieza, an absolute stud, a fucking young buck, a stallion, young lion. He beat him by one unanimous decision. Then he took on Jillian and he lost left hook round one, but that was after he had a little an injury and needed to come back. Then he beat
yeah,
Neil Magny, Mike Perry, Gunnar Nelson, Nordine Taylor, Zach Cummins, Court McGee. This he's a fucking savage, is my boy Santiago Ponzinibbio. Jeff Neal, 13-4. He called himself Hands of Steel Neal. 13-4. Sorry if I said that again. 31 years old, 5'11 with a 75-inch reach. He's on a two-fight losing streak, though, fighting out of four in his MMA. Definitely a striking base. He last took on Neal Magny, lost unanimous decision. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson lost unanimous decision. Both those guys are OGs. But then he beat Mike Perry, head kick and punches round one, which is pretty impressive. Mike Perry's not an easy guy just to slouch. Nico Price, he ground and pound round two. And Bahal Muhammad, which is not easy at all. Dude, but
Yeah.
Jeff Neal has showed himself to be kind of mentally weak. He's just showed himself like to have a little bit of a chink in his armor. And Santiago Ponzinibbio is just coming into his own. He's getting stronger and stronger. Right now, Ponzinibbio is a negative 125 favorite, slight favorite, plus 105 comeback on Jeff Neal. I'm going to be putting down 1.25 units on Santiago Ponzinibbio to make Argentinian barbecue of Jeff Neal. What do you say about this fight, B?
This is a good fight, man. Good fight for Pons. Good fight for Neal. Um, Ponzinibbio seems that he's getting himself back on track. He came back in that return against Li Jingliang. He got knocked out. You know what I mean? I think that fight was a little bit too high up for
Ryan
his
Richardson.
return, man. But he came back. He fought Miguel Baeza, and he managed to light up Miguel Baeza in that crazy back-and-back fight, man. Um, this dude, I haven't talked about it, and I'm not gonna talk about it. We're almost there. We're
Oh,
almost there.
Army vet. We're almost there.
but yeah, man. Pons is really getting back into his rhythm, man. I always loved Ponzinibbio's boxing. He has that crazy killer left hand of his, and he knows when to throw that thing to put people away. Um, Really good on the jiu-jitsu end as well. And we've seen that Jeff Neal could have a little bit of problems here and there. I didn't like that Jeff Neal got himself in some trouble sometime before this fight. This card. He got himself arrested under the influence, craziness and that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Um,
great fucking point, B. I might have had because we won last week. We went 3-0 plus 450. I might have bought a little bit too much alcohol, a little bit too much weed. I grew, so I got a little bit. I'm a little bit faded, but that doesn't discount the quality of picks because I did that before I got this faded. But B
yeah.
is bringing up very good points in the fact of I totally forgot. Jeff Neal is a total fucking monster case. He's like War Machine, exactly like my brother. Total fucking nutbag. I mean, he doesn't have control of his life. Rip it, B.
So you know what I mean? The man went and got himself in that DWI situation, and that's kind of weird because of the fact that just some time before that he had that kidney problem. You know what I mean? You go and have your kidney situation, then you go and get pulled over for under arrested for DWI. That
Tell
under
him.
the influence. You know
Tell
what
him,
I mean?
B.
So that's kind of it's nuts. It's nuts. So now you over there, you have that little pressure, you have that stuff going on, and you going up against a refocused Santiago Ponzinibbio, man. You don't need those things. You don't need those things. You know what I mean? And Pons will play that same game similar to like a Wonder Boy Thompson. So you just don't want those things happening to you. And I like Neal, man, but I'm gonna roll with Pons on this one, man. Neal, you gotta get yourself together. If you win this one, cool, man, but you gotta get your shit together, man. I'm going with Pons, man. Refocus Pons is coming back, yo. He's
Dude,
coming back.
hey, this is why the fuck we have B in this bitch, okay? We have him here because he's not biased. Hey, I know a lot of cool ass black people that would have picked the black guy 100% just because he is their dude. I get it. I love German people. I love Native American people because I'm part of that. But B just gave you the real shit. Jeff Neal, it's like John Jones, like my brother. I wish would have got his shit together. They need to get their motherfucking shit together.
Facts,
Santiago
man.
Pontanibio is gonna make fucking barbecue with that ass. So hopefully we're here next week cashing that bet. But for Jeff Neal's sake, I don't. I like people that make comebacks. I like people that can make better of themselves. Jeff Neal isn't that bad of a person. I'm not trying to hate on his whole parade like I hate Dominic.
Nah, man.
Like I hate Dominic Cruz, you piece of shit. I
Uh,
Jeff Neal, I actually like you, and I'm gonna bet against you because I have to bet against the chink in the armor. It's just exactly what I like to do. I have the OG versus the newcomer. I have the chink in the armor, Jeff Neal. Santiago Ponza Nibio fucking getting better. Recovered. Healed. Santiago Ponzinibbio, the Argentinian barbecue. Let's fucking go, baby. Eat that entraña all week off me, baby. Go bet your money. The next fight of the night is Amanda Nunes taking on Juliana Pena. And my boy B, hates. He's so disgusted with this matchup, which has never happened. It's not something like I hate Cruz. You think I wouldn't even talk about it, but I don't care. I'm gonna be about it. I want to bring the shit up because he's soft. That's why he had to block me because he's just soft. He's mentally soft. He has the chink in his armor. B doesn't want to talk about this fight because Pena. Let's get this straight. She does not fucking deserve this fight. There is no other broad to take this fight. Amanda Nunes is the absolute GOAT. BJJ black belt. Punches and bunches. Power of the hour. Just absolute stud. She's so studly that she's a woman and she made a girl her bitch. Like, how gangster is that? Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, 21-4. She's a stud. She's gonna absolutely devastate Pena's face. She's gonna devastate her. Negative 900, negative 1400, negative 2000. It doesn't matter what you put on it. Amanda Nunes is not losing this fight. She's gonna whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. That's exactly what Amanda Nunes is going to do to this girl, Pena. Pena doesn't deserve it. There is no need for her to have this fight. The only reason why she got this fight, she was the only one dumb enough to ask for this fight. You want some of that? I promise you that if it was Pena and Nunes in a cell together, Nunes is making Pena her bitch. 100%. She's making the bunk. She's cleaning the floor. She's cleaning the cell. She's buying the grits. She's making the fucking spread. Pena has no business in here with a absolute lioness as Nunes. Nunes is going to devastate, dominate, disintegrate, just absolutely annihilate, penetrate. But just so many things to Pena. There's so many orifices that are gonna be dominated by Nunes. If she wants to take her to the ground, she gonna take that booty. She wants that fucking pink, she gonna take that pink. If she wants to stand up and punch you in your grill, she gonna punch you in your bitch ass chin. It's just how it is. Nunes is the GOAT. There's no one better. Like I said, she made a girl her girl. How gangster is that? Do you need to talk about it, B, after I ripped it?
Army vet over here wants me to share my opinion on something on this, just
Oh,
something.
oh, you okay?
I'm just gonna
Army, hey,
condense.
hey, shout
You
out,
you said
shout out.
you
Wait,
did it perfectly though.
shout
Go
out
ahead.
to Army Vet 8993. Shout out to your service. My uncle was a Vietnam veteran, Michael Olnick. He was he's a gunner in Vietnam. He's a badass. Won a bunch of medals. I'm named after him. I'm Michael Eugene Copenhaver. So shout out. I appreciate your service, Army Vet 993. But he's one of our newest additions to the clan. I appreciate the 39 of your live, but
Right.
Mr. B wasn't going to talk about it, but Army Vet got him going.
Sir, I'm gonna explain to you. Here I go. Everything Mike just said is right. All right, whatever. This girl is 2-2 getting this title fight. This
Two and
girl
two.
is trying to make a case of fighting Amanda Nunes because she beat the one person Amanda Nunes lost to in Kat Zingano. You barely got by in that fight.
Cat's
Shut up.
old as dust.
This girl got submitted by the strikers of this division. albeit she lost to Valentina Shevchenko. That's multi-talented. But how do you get submitted by Jermaine Durandamy? How? How? How do you do that? Nobody else wanted to fight Amanda Nunes, but Juliana Pena called her out and took the fight. Why? That's bullshit.
The only one dumb enough. Only one dumb
We
enough.
could have literally waited. We could have literally waited on our hands and knees and waited for somebody to get set up properly to fight this chick, to fight Amanda Nunes. This is simply Amanda Nunes sitting and them saying, "Yo, we need a headliner. We need a co-headliner that's worth that's worth watching.
So you
We
want
gotta pay Nunes. So here we are."
I have a weird feeling. I'm pretty good about gauging talent. Aldana or what's the other chick? Grasso. One of them has the chance to left hook and sleep Nunez later down the
It'll
road.
be Aldana. It'll be
That's
Aldana.
that's the only person. So
It's the only person. Unless Holm got a brand new strategy. Yeah.
But that's why we have Pena here. This is easy work for her. Easy work for Nunez.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. What's Juliana Pena gonna do? Oh, I got wrestling. Ooh, big whoop. Your wrestling is based off of you punching your way into getting a grapple and just hugging, clinching. That's all the shit is. You have no real entry. What the hell? Like, come on now, man. You have no real entry. Aspen Ladd has better entries than you do. What type of shit you talking about, man? Come on now. What are y'all talking about, man? Yo, like, come on, dude. Like, come on, man. Yana Kunitskaya got better entries in her takedowns than Juliana Pena does. Shut up. Shut up. You gonna tell me Juliana Pena's getting this title shot?
We have a question in the chat. Remember, like I
Sure.
said, you guys, please like, subscribe.
What about Harrison? You think she could beat Nunes?
Make a Haps
Harrison got a
profile.
chance.
Please share this.
Harrison got a chance at it. Kayla Harrison, she got a chance. She could do it. She got to get a couple more fights under her belt, and she could probably get it done. It'll be a 145 belt, 145 title fight shot, but Kayla will probably be able to do it. Because if Kayla goes in there, it'll be a matter of the range, of Nunes' striking range. I think Nunes won't be able to handle that wrestling though. But the striking definitely, I think that's in Nunes' favor. But the wrestling, the takedowns, that's gonna be in Harrison's favor because Harrison.
It would be fun to watch. It would be fun to watch.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun to watch for sure. Because I compare a little bit of her to Ronda. Kayla Harrison is what Ronda Rousey was supposed to be.
Yeah.
If Ronda had the wrestling. Because Ronda had judo. Ronda had bad knees. So she couldn't use wrestling takedowns. She was only able to use judo takedowns. So it was a lot of hip throwing and head and arm throws and a lot of head tosses and all that stuff. She never had a double leg to use. So if she had a double leg or a single leg, just knew wrestling in general, she's a lot more dominant than she already was.
We're talking
Know what
about
I mean?
a gold medal in the Olympics versus what, a bronze medal, right?
Yeah, bronze medals, yeah.
Harrison had a gold medal in the Olympics. Sorry, my camera, we went so long-winded that my camera died. So, sorry, guys. But
Because that's the biggest fight. That's the biggest fight they could make. If they had Harrison come into the UFC and fight Nunes.
Oh yeah, it would be
Because
super
Cyborg
exciting.
Cyborg's in Bellator.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest fight you make.
It'd be super exciting if we could have that. I think that Harrison is smart enough to know that this is the show that she wants to come and prove herself in. So hopefully we have her here. But with that said, we both have Nunes fair and square to absolute dominate. Juliana Pena. I'm all about La Raza and my mom and her family, but not about Juliana Pena. The next fight of the night is the main event.
Yes.
It is Charles Oliveira, the champion, versus Dustin the Diamond. I'm just going to sit back and watch this fight. I'll bet on other things, I want to sit back and enjoy this fight. I don't want to ruin it. Charles Oliveira, Du Bronx, 31-8. He's 32 years young, 5'10" with a 74-inch reach. He's on a 9-fight win streak. Fight in a shooter box. Diego Lima, fight also out of Houston, Texas. Like I said, it just confused me. Last hook on Michael Chandler. One left hook to ground and pound round two. Michael Chandler had him wobbled round one, so devastated towards the end of the round that it was scary. But then he came back and dominated him round two. It was crazy. Then he beat Tony Ferguson unanimous decision. Kevin Lee, Jared Gordon, Nick Lenz, Tamar Miller, Giagos. Dude, Charles Oliveira has been about it, been all over the place. Dustin the Diamond Poirier, I'm an absolute huge fan. 28-6, 32 years old. He's 5'9" with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 3-fight win streak, fighting at ATT, Coconut, Florida. Mike Brown, Din Thomas, all the likes. Game Bread, Masvidal, all the people to help him get better and better. He last took on Conor McGregor. He obviously dominated him both fights, 2 in a row. Then Dan Hooker. Then he lost to Khabib round 3. Khabib. So you're surprised that he even lasted 3 rounds. Then Max Holloway beat Eddie Alvarez, Gaethje, Pettis. Dude, the resume of Justin Gaethje, it goes on and on. It's like a song. It's fucking crazy. It's so long. Dustin the Diamond Poirier here. I have him to win. He's negative 170 favorite, plus 140 comeback for the BJJ expert Charles Oliveira, Du Bronx. Charles Oliveira Jiu-Jitsu is so fucking sick, it's not even funny. This dude grew up before our eyes. He was here as a young man. He's been here so long that it's not even funny, man. It's just, with this, the boxing of Dustin the Diamond Poirier, I feel like he's not going to, his jiu-jitsu is good enough to not even worry about it. So I have Dustin the Diamond Poirier here to win. I'm back in deep Dustin the Diamond Poirier. What do you guys have to say about this fight, B?
Oh man, main event, man. This is it, man. This is a fight. Dustin Poirier, man. This may be a last shot at the world title, man. Undisputed light heavyweight title. And man, Dustin's come up a long way. Both these guys have come up a long way, man. Both of these dudes, lightweights. Both of them were in the featherweights. Oliveira was in the featherweights for a little bit, which is kind of nuts when you think about it. But this man is now, you know what I mean, lightweight champion, man. And he's the underdog in this fight, isn't he?
Yeah, the champion's underdog, which is nuts.
Crazy. You're talking about a 9-fight win streak. This man has submissions for days. Underdog. This is letting you know how much people believe in Dustin Poirier, man. You cannot overlook Charles Oliveira, though. And for Dustin Poirier has to play a shutout game here, man. This is danger central with a guy like Oliveira, where Oliveira doesn't just necessarily have, you know, his submissions. We talked about it during the week. You know what I mean? This is a guy who doesn't have to take you down to get you, to get a submission on you, man. This dude could pull guard, catch you in a guillotine, a standing rear naked, catch you in a damn flying armbar, a freaking guard pull to a damn triangle choke, leg locks. This guy has these submissions. Dustin Poirier has to be on full alert. Now, Poirier has improved greatly in his boxing, though. I'm loving the counter right hand that he's throwing. I got to do a little bit of looking, a little bit of scouting on there. You know what I mean? Dustin Poirier's throwing this nice little nasty check right hook. He threw that against Hooker. He's thrown that a couple times. He caught McGregor a little bit with the right hand. We seen that twice. But he has those skills. He's formulating a little bit of kicking in here. He's being aware defensively. He knows when to push it. I know in these 5-rounders, he tends to take off part of the 3rd round and part of the 4th round. So he could build up a strong 5th round if it goes there. But for the most part, this fight is going to be a fight where he has to go up strategic, man. I'm not sure if he wants to go in the wrestling aspect, but if he does, he has to be on alert for the submissions that this guy Du Bronx throws. Du Bronx has a nasty knee he likes to throw. His nasty Muay Thai knees. His Thai clinch he's putting on in full effect. He's throwing those things up there, man. Nasty stuff to the body. nasty shots, you know what I mean, in the stand up. He put that man away with a left hand, Michael Chandler, you know. And if I want to see something out of Poirier, I want to see body shots out of Poirier on Oliveira. If I want to see stuff out of Oliveira, I want to see a little bit more of that clinch. I want to see more of that tie clinch from Oliveira. A lot of knees to that body. I want to see some elbows to the head of Poirier. Because it's going to be a lot more of, these dudes trying to gauge range. And Do Bronx could throw the occasional nasty elbow in the stand up. I know Poirier likes to throw them a little bit here and there, but mainly on the ground. But overall, man, this is a very, very good fight. I hope that Poirier could get this done, mission accomplished, and win. But Jesus Christ, is it a tough pick, man? I want to see Poirier win.
Yeah,
But
I
if
know.
Oliveira wins, shit, man, that man has finally, definitely arrived, dog. But
Yeah,
whoever,
well,
just remember though, whoever wins, Justin Gaethje's next.
oh, dude, I love Justin. So I appreciate that breakdown. I know that was a tough one for you and me, Mr. B. It's this is gonna be a great fight. So Saturday does need to hurry up, kick your ass. Army Vet eight nine
Facts.
nine three, Mel B, Ted Hicks, all the people on the chat that have been here live. The almost 50 of you here live. I don't have a prediction for this fight. Do you two shave predictions? Army vet? Which fight are you talking about, bud?
I think this fight, Poirier and is it Poirier Oliveira? The Poirier Oliveira fight?
I don't. Yeah, well, for this fight, I have Dustin the Diamond Poirier to win this fight
Yeah, and
versus
I have
Oliveira.
Poirier as well.
So we
I'm
both
taking
have
Poirier as well.
so Army Vet 8993. We have Dustin the Diamond Poirier. I hope that answers your question. I appreciate all your live questions here in the chat. All the people that donate live. Every single one of you here has been with me and Mr. B, the MMA guy. With that said, man, we can't appreciate you guys enough for being here with us.
Word.
Mr. B, do you want to shout out your Twitter handle?
Sure, man. Catch me, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986 on Twitter. Here on Haps, Mr. B the MMA guy, man. I'm here. I stream stuff. Weekends we watch fights, man. Weekdays we watch what we can watch on here. But that's what we do.
Yeah, so I appreciate you being here, Mr. B. And with that said, until next week, sorry, my camera died. It's an hour and 53 minutes in. I appreciate all you guys being here. Me and Mr. B don't usually rip this long, but this was a really long card. We wanted to give you guys a real
Yeah.
in-depth breakdown, and we really do appreciate all you guys being here with us. And with that said, till next week, until we cash those bets, let's fucking go, Mr. B. Coach
Yeah,
Corner,
yeah.
get at us. UFC 269.
Later, y'all.